It's just so simple. This is where I want to get to. And then you just build this straight line to success around it. And you're able to say no with power. When you have exactly where you want to get to in 10 years, notice all the things that you didn't write down. That's just as important, if not as important, as what you did write down. Because when you know what you want, you also know what you don't want. And that means that when you get all these opportunities that come in here at the top, you get to cut away and say, no, that's not going to work, that's not going to work, that's not going to work, because here's where I want to be. Very focused. Very focused. You have to have that clarity. Again, it's not like it's a fancy exercise or anything. It's just so simple. This is where I want to get to. And then you just build this straight line to success around it. And you're able to say no with power. Because too many people have a difficulty saying no. They can't say no to the opportunities that come up. They go down on too many distractions, too many detours. We waste too much energy. We get into too much trouble. We spend too much money on things that don't really matter to us. Because what you wrote down is the stuff that does matter, and then you use that as a guiding light to move ahead. Okay, so I love this quote from Ed Milet. We should always be in the process of changing and becoming the next best version of ourselves. So one of the things I want you to think about is 10 years ago. 10 years ago. Think about yourself 10 years ago, where you were, what you were doing, what you were achieving, who you spend your time with, what your habits were. Guy on the left there in the white shirt, that's me, 2005, 3 weeks before my first anxiety attack that sent me to the emergency room. There was nothing in that picture that would make you think that. But 3 weeks later, I asked a 5'3", 310-pound obese lawyer on a Monday morning at 8 o'clock in the morning to take me to the emergency room. And he looked at me like I had 9 heads. I was like, why? Because you can't explain that to somebody. It's not like a broken arm. It's not like I explained, when I had the anxiety, I was just freaking out and I couldn't be in that room anymore. And so I had to go to the emergency room because I had nothing but clutter in my head. I had clutter in my head and hypocrisy in my actions in my life. And that was when I started going down the path to making all these changes that I realized were so important for so many other people to put in their lives, because I know that if they had clarity, they'd have less clutter and they'd have a clear path to success. So that's me now, obviously with the dog, Daisy, and this is me, and you couldn't give me anxiety no matter how much caffeine you gave me, no matter how much stress you put in my life. Nothing would bother me because I have all the tools in my toolbox to overcome all of the anxiety. And most of it starts with having clarity in my life and in the future of what I want to achieve.